Did you know that the average 70-year-old in the United States cannot pick up a 10-pound bag of dog food? The only way to be a strong 70-year-old is to become a strong 50-year-old. Today, Devlin and I are going to share our over 50s runner gym survival guide that will help you to become a stronger runner and run injury-free for years to come. Before we convince runners to get into the gym, Devlin, can you unpack why strength training is so important as we get older?
Yeah, Lynn, so really there are two main reasons to do strength training. Now, before we get into those two topics in particular, let me just explain a little bit more why strength training is actually quite important. From the age of 30, the natural aging process means we are losing strength or muscle mass. As we get into our 50s and beyond, that rate of loss is quite exponential. The good news, however, is if we are doing strength training now and we implement it diligently, we can actually reduce the rate of strength loss or muscle loss quite significantly. And it really is important to make sure that we stick to a regular strength training process to slow down the aging process. Okay, so to talk on injury risk first. If, for example, we have imbalances in muscles from left to right, front to back, it leads to certain muscles doing more work than others and very often having to carry certain loads a little bit more than what they should. And as a result, that leads to more risk in overuse injury. From a performance point of view, there really are two key components here. The first is your ability to generate force or power. Now, when we talk about power or force production, if your muscles are strong and in good balance, it allows you to have a good, solid base to work from, and as a result, generate that force in a linear or a forward motion. And the second comes down to your form, your running form, and your efficiency. If we use the example of weak glutes or weak quads, what happens is your hips tend to drop slightly, and as a result, your knee dives in, there's a little bit of compensation. So your body's working more in a multi-directional plane, using more energy to try and generate force to move forward. Whereas if we can get a good, solid, strong base to work from, and everything is properly aligned, there's less effort or less energy needed to try and align you and really just get all the forces generating in a forward motion, making you more efficient in terms of your performance. And ultimately, if we can be more resistant to fatigue, it allows us to go faster for longer.
Wow, Dev, that's really great. Now we know why we should be going to the gym, but the reality is for most people, that's quite intimidating. Talk us through what to expect in a gym.
So Linz, to be quite honest, the gym, and I know this sounds cliche, but the gym should almost be seen as a safe place. There are many different shapes of sizes of people in the gym. You'll find different sections to the gym, so whether it's the cardio section, the free weight section, it really is a place for everyone, and we shouldn't feel intimidated in any way when going to the gym. To almost put your mind at ease a little bit, let's use the example of a gym bunny. So a really buff, regular gymmer who's got massive biceps and looks huge, and you might feel a little bit intimidated because you don't quite fit that profile. Keep in mind that you, as a runner, can probably outrun that gym bunny. So in that sense, he or she could almost be intimidated by you and your abilities. So it really is important that the gym is there for everyone. There's very often proper instructors on a gym floor that can also assist you. So if you don't really know what you're doing or you don't know certain techniques, there are usually people there to help you and assist you through the whole process as well. So really put your mind at ease. Don't feel out of place. Don't be scared to go to a gym. It is for everyone, and there definitely is place for you.
Dev, not everyone's going to have access to a gym or have a gym where they live. Do you have to go into a gym for strength training?
So Linz, the short answer really is no. You don't need to be in a gym. You can do a lot of strength work in the comfort of your own home. It is important though, when we talk about gym and strength work, we're talking about lifting weights, or we're talking about, more importantly, resistance training. Now, when I refer to resistance training or weight training for strength purposes, again, doesn't mean you have to be in a gym lifting heavy weights. What you need to be doing though is pushing some form of resistance. Now, resistance can be seen as body weight if you are completely new to strength training. Your body weight is a form of resistance, and that is a really good starting point for you to then progress on. As you become used to that and your body adapts to your body weight as a resistance, you can then slowly start to increase certain weights, resistance bands, more tension on resistance bands, and there build and progress in a safe manner according to you and your ability.
Well, Dev, that is a relief to me. Now I don't have to go into the gym and compete with the 4-ways butts.
Linz, in fact, a really simple way to start is at home with these 5 exercises. The third one is probably the strength exercise that gives runners the biggest bang for their buck when it comes to time invested in strength training and the positive impact it has on your performance.